In the last couple of lectures, we learned about route parameters and query strings. Now in this lecture, let's learn what is a fragment in routes and how to use them in Angular. A fragment in a route is nothing but a link which jumps to a section or a content in the HTML page which contains the ID mentioned in the fragment. And a fragment comes after a pound sign. So in this URL, this services, it is a fragment. So here the route is root URL / home. After that, we are specifying a fragment called services. And to specify this fragment, first we are using a pound sign and then we are specifying the fragment name. So when this URL will be typed in the address bar, this URL will take us to the services section of the home page. Let's understand fragments with an example. So in this Angular application, currently we are in the home page. And in the home page, we have several sections. For example, first of all, we have this banner section where we are displaying this search box. After this, we have this popular courses section where we are displaying all the popular courses. So basically all those courses whose rating is greater than or equal to 4.5. Then here we have our testimony section. Here we have our services section. And here we have contact us section. Okay, now if I scroll up, in the header, you will also notice that we have some links called search, popular, testimony, services, and contact. So what we want is when this search link is clicked, we want to display this banner section. When this popular link is clicked, we want to scroll down to this popular courses section. In the same way, when this testimony is clicked, we want to scroll down to this testimony section. When this services is clicked, we want to scroll down to this services section. And in the same way, when this contact link is clicked, we want to scroll down to this contact section. And all these sections are present in the home page. So if I go to home component in our application, let me close all these components here. We don't need it for now. So here we have our home component. In this home component, let's go to HTML file of this home component. So you will notice that we have different sections here. We have a section called search. So basically we have a section with this ID search. We have a section with ID courses. We have a section with ID testimony. We have a section with ID services. And we have a section with ID contact. So based on the link clicked in the top header section, we want to scroll to one of these sections. For that, we can use fragments. Now, in each of these sections, we are using a child component. For example, in the first section, we are using this banner component. In the second section, we are using this popular component. In the same way, here we are using this testimony component. Here we are using this services component. And here we are using this contact us component. Now, I'm not going to go into the details of these components and show you the HTML file. These components contains a very simple HTML content. So I'm not going to spend time on that. Here, what we simply want is, based on the fragment value, we want to display one of these sections. All right. For that, let's go to the header component. So here we have our header component. Let's go to header component.html and let's scroll a little bit up. And here we have all those links. Now here, instead of using href, I'm going to use router link. And to that, let's say the route should be home. So the path should be home. And I'm going to specify the same router link for each of these links. So here, instead of href, I'll use router link. And for each router link, we are specifying the path as home. Now, what we are also going to do is, apart from this router link directive, we are going to use another directive called fragment. And to this, we need to assign some value. Now, what value do we need to assign? So what I want is, when this search link is clicked, I want to display this section. So for that, for the fragment, I'm going to pass this value, this ID value. In the same way, let me go ahead and let me use this fragment directive on each of these links, and then I will change its value. Now, when this popular link is clicked, I want to display this courses section. So here I will copy this ID, this courses, and I'll specify it here. In the same way, when this testimony link is clicked, I want to show this section. So for that, I'll copy this ID and I'll paste it here. Then when the services link is clicked, I want to display this section where the ID is services. So I'll copy that ID and I'll paste it here, actually here. And finally, when this contact link is clicked, I want to display this section. So I'll copy this ID and actually it should be ID here. So I'll copy this ID and I'll specify it here. All right, so this is the first step. Here we are specifying some fragment for these links. Now, if we save the changes and if we go to the web page, and currently the URL is localhost colon 4200. Now let me click on one of these links. So when I click on this search link, you will notice that /home pound and then the fragment value has been displayed here. If I click on this popular link, in that case, home pound and then the fragment name has been displayed here. If I click on testimony, then that has been displayed here. If I click on services, in that case, that fragment has been displayed here. And finally, if I click on this contact link, then that fragment has been displayed here. And these fragments are appended to root URL /home. So this root URL /home, it is the route, and to that route, we are appending some fragments. So this is the first step. Now the second step is to read these fragments. Now here, the route is root URL /home. So when the route is root URL /home, it is going to render this home component. So we are going to read the value of these fragments in the TypeScript class of home component. So let's go to home component.ts file. Inside that, the first thing which we are going to do is we are going to implement ng onInit lifecycle hook. And in order to use this ng onInit lifecycle hook, I'm also going to implement onInit interface. And in order to use this onInit interface, we need to import it from angular/go. Okay. Now, inside this ng onInit, we are going to write the logic to read the value of the fragment. Now, where do we have the fragment? It is in the URL. It is in the route. So first of all, we need to get access to the activated route. And from there, we can read the value of the fragment. Now, in order to get access to the activated route, inside this home component class, we need an instance of activated route class. So here I'm going to create a property. I'll call it active route. You can name it anything. And this is going to be of type activated route. So as we have learned earlier, this activated route class, it stores the information about the currently active route. Now, in order to use this activated route, we also need to import it from angular/router. Okay. Now what we want here, we want Angular to inject an instance of this activated route class. And we want to store that instance inside this active route property. And to tell Angular that it has to inject an instance of this activated route class, we can use this inject function. And to this inject function, we can specify the type for which we need an instance. Here, we need an instance of activated route class. So in this way, Angular will inject an instance of this activated route class inside this active route property. Now let's go ahead and let's access this active route property. So here, let's say this dot active route. And from this active route, we want to read the fragment value. For that, on this active route, we can use a property called fragment. Now this fragment here, it is going to return us an observable, as you can see. And we are going to subscribe to that observable. And to this subscribe method, we need to pass a callback function. And this callback function will be called every time the value of the fragment changes. And we will receive that value as the parameter to this callback function. I'm simply going to call it as data. And for now, let's simply go ahead and let's log this data. Let's save the changes. Let's go to the web page. Let me open developer console here. Let's clear everything. So when I click on this search, you will notice that search has been logged. So this is the fragment value. When I click on popular, you will see courses has been logged. So this is the fragment value. Let me actually show you that because it is a little bit confusing. So let's go to home component.html. There you will notice that for this popular link, we have specified the fragment as courses. That's why when I clicked on this popular link, it is logging courses as the fragment value. When I click on testimony, the fragment value testimony has been logged. When I click on services, that fragment value has been logged. So it is reading the fragment value from here and it is logging it. When I click on this contact link, the fragment value is contact. So that has been read and it has been logged here. So in this way, we are able to read the fragment value using this fragment property. This fragment here, it is an observable. So every time the fragment value in the URL will change, it is going to emit that value. And when it is going to emit that value, this callback function will be called. And inside that callback function, we are simply logging the new fragment value. But instead of logging it, we want to use it. So what we are going to do is we are going to create a new method. We will call it maybe jump to section. And this method is going to receive the section value, the fragment value. So here I'm simply going to call it as section. And now inside this method, we are going to write the logic to scroll to a specific section. For that, we are going to write some JavaScript code. We can say document dot get element by ID. And we are going to receive the ID inside this section parameter. Because if you remember, when we have specified these fragment values, these are basically the ID for these sections, right? So the fragment value which we are receiving, it is an ID for a given section. And we are going to utilize that. So here, this section, it is basically going to store the fragment value, and that fragment value is matching the ID of one of the sections in the home page. So we are going to pass that section as an ID to this get element by ID method. And on this, I'm going to call a method scroll into view. There we can pass an object, and inside this object, we can specify a property called behavior. And here, the value for this behavior, I'm going to set it as smooth. And now all we have to do is we have to call this jump to section method from within this callback function. So whenever the value of this fragment will change, since it is an observable, it is going to emit that value and we are going to receive that value inside this data parameter. And each time the fragment value will change, this callback function will be executed. And each time this callback function is executed, we want to call this jump to section method. So here, let's go ahead and let's call this method. Let's say this dot jump to section. And to this method, we are going to pass this data. This data, it is going to store the fragment value. With this, let's save the changes. Let's go to the web page and let's see if our implementation works. So let me first go to home page. So I'll simply type root URL/home. So we are in the home page. When I click on this contact link, you see we are scrolled down to this contact section. Let's scroll up. When I click on this services link, we will scroll down to services section. Let's scroll up again. If I click on this popular link, we will scroll down to the popular courses section. And when I click on this, let's say testimony link, we will scroll down to testimony section. And when I click on this search link, we are already in that section. So you see, still we have scrolled a little bit down here in the search section. So this is what fragment is. A fragment allows us to jump to a section or a content in the HTML page. To specify a fragment for a route, we use this fragment directive, and to that we assign a string value. And in order to read a fragment value, we use this fragment observable. We need to subscribe to this fragment observable.